In African societies, people with disabilities are often viewed through various lenses. In many communities, they are seen as a burden or even a curse. Growing up, that was my perspective also. However, everything changed 11 years ago when I began working with people with disabilities. My journey led me to create Kenya's first television program focused on disability, Abled Differently. Through this work, I not only broke down my own barriers and stereotypes, but also made lifelong friends within the disability community. The program's impact was profound, earning me several awards.
Media Ability Awards, Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. Yes. Generations of broadcasting.
But you continue moving on. You go to people who you are trying to sell to them a gospel they do not want to hear. In fact, let's just face it. Disability is a taboo subject. It's something that people do not want to discuss. But turning that around, and having it become something that people can appreciate is very, 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 is a great achievement.
This recognition opened doors, and I joined Internews to lead their disability reporting project across sub-Saharan Africa. This role broadened my network, connecting me with friends and collaborators with disabilities from all over the world. Today, my perspective on disability is completely transformed, and I'm committed to amplifying these stories to inspire change.
So on matters of ethical reporting when it comes to disability, as a lecturer who teaches disability reporting, what are some of the key principles you emphasize when training future journalists?
Yeah, the first thing is the language we use in disability reporting, because language keeps on changing. So I insist on language because language change, and language can even help you to feel important or not important. Like if I just meet you in the street and I say, hey, kijana, how will you feel?
I'll feel bad.
But if I say, how are you, young man, or how are you, Edwin, I know your name, how are you today, you'll feel like you are valued, you are respected. Same with people with disabilities. When we talk about language, it is about valuing people, making people feel comfortable, and even giving people opportunities. Because if I see a person with disability as a person first before disability, then even when they come to my office with the CV, I'm going to see their people first before, instead of just seeing disability and giving them some token of money. So for future journalists, we really insist on language and terminology, because language is very important in changing the perspective of people with disabilities, how their stories are being told and the opportunities they get in the world. That is one. Second is about stereotypes, trying to change the mentality that we've had about disability. So for the future journalist, I also insist on making them realize the stereotypes that are there. They're called conscious biasness, what we grow up believing. So I really try hard to teach them about that so that they can see, and then in their reporting, they don't do that. Because if we don't change stereotypes, when we produce our stories with the same narratives, we are not going to change the story of people with disability in the society. Remember, media is the mirror of the society. What we see in the media is what we do as a people. And also we believe in media because it sets the agenda. We believe in the media because it educates, informs, and entertains us. So if we can be able to remove the stereotypes in the media, then the society will be enlightened, and the society will also change their perceptions about disability. But currently we have people with disability in the media, we have in the society, we have stories of people with disability in the media, but most importantly, we don't have the right representation of people with disability in the media. And this has been collaborated by so many researchers that have been done. The representation or the framing of disability in the media is still skewed. So we have disability in the media, We have disability in the society, but the wrong representation, which also just make people with disability continue being stigmatized. So what we are trying to do is have people with disability in the media with the right representation, with the right framing. Because if we do that, then we are going to reduce the stigma of stigmatization of persons with disabilities, and we are going to have the right frames, the right language, and the right stories in the media.
Nice. Thank you for joining us today.